Hey everybody, welcome back to Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. Last time, we started the Tower of Fate and fought all of our allies, the Order of No Quarter. Again, I guess they're not really allies anymore. As well as Black Knight once more. And now we have every single Cypher Coin. If we give them all to Percy... I don't know how he does this, I don't know how anyone would do this, I don't know how this works, but all of them turn into this cup. Which, when you collect it, is the Pandemonium Chalice. So, yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything, but it is a chalice after all, so let's go see the Troupple King and see if he knows anything about it. Mortal! A Pandemonium Chalice! Impossible! I thought they'd all been destroyed long ago. Allow me to gaze into its swirling vortex. And hold still for a moment as I grant you a new power. And we get the Pandemonium Cloak. What does this do? Well, yeah, it gives us a new thing just every so often. It's kind of fun. We get random bursts, we get a random casing, and we get a random, everything. We can see it here in the planes. So we have the world casing right now, and I think the color palette is just cosmetic. I don't think it actually affects, what abilities you have? Like, okay, well, yeah, because some of them are just, like, it doesn't affect your armor, is all. So you won't randomly have the goo garment effect, you won't randomly have the wardrobe effect. You'll always just have a random float, a random burst, rather, random casing, random powder, all this stuff. It's really fun to do a New Game Plus run and see just what happens when you have this. It's also completely insane and kind of dumb, but I love it anyway. With that said, though, that's gonna be that. So let's just leave. And not have that equipped, because as fun as it is, it's not exactly great for, you know, actually trying. Gonna go back to the goo garment. But yeah, that's your reward for 100%. If you get every Cypher Coin, you get the Pandemonium Cloak. Not the greatest reward overall, I suppose, but it's fun nonetheless. Anyway, we've got some music sheets to turn in before we head to the Tower of Fate for our final battle, so let's go ahead and turn those in. Also, it kept all my stuff equipped from when I was still equipping that, so give me all my good stuff. Also, I fell. Turn these in. I don't think we get... Nope, we do get another song. One last one. Which is... Battling the Burr. Which is Black Knight. So that's the thing. That said, though, we've done everything. Except take out the Enchantress. Let's go. So just break this floor. Drop down a bit. I love these stained glass windows. They look so pretty. So I suppose this is the one time I might actually use the orbit casing. To put... Wow, that didn't do shit. Wow, this sucks. I was trying to, like, use this as, like, hey, I've never done this before, it turns out this is why. It's garbage and doesn't work. Maybe if you, like, spammed all three, maybe. But even then, there's still, like, a fairly large area where they can get through. Whatever. That's that. You just have to avoid all those blocks. And now, just fall through some darkness. Eventually, there will be some platforms. We're gonna head left, though, immediately. Because to the left are our last music sheets. Since we won't have we don't have time rather to go back to Oolong now, here's the song you get, the last few songs you get from all those music sheets. Popping up on screen right now. But with that done, we've gotten everything. All the Cypher Coins, all the music sheets, the Pandemonium Cloak. We fought every Order, no Quarter, we fought every Random Traveler, all this stuff, all champions. We can just go, do these last platforms. And now we're done. Let's just Fleet Flask to the end. Plague Knight. Ah, Sir Fool's errand draws to a close. You know what I'm after, Enchantress, and how important this is. Do not speak of me of importance. Your quest is folly. You'll never be anything more than you are. So you've come to rob me of my essence, to shape the world to your whim. Essence is insignificant to me, but you, my servant, must be reminded of your place. My place is by Mona's side, and you won't stop me. If you insist on dancing with death, then I shall take the lead. So the Enchantress, largely the same fight, but very different in how we handle it with Plague Knight. We can land a lot of hits right here with our bursts and our casings, which is nice. We gotta get the lob casing out here though to really deal effective damage. She's gonna dive down constantly, or rather dive around. But she'll stay below us now. We can maybe get some casings through to damage her, but kinda tricky. The platforms breaking isn't gonna help us really. We get one hit at least, it's something. These flames will rejuvenate the platforms, but honestly I don't really want them to be rejuvenated. I kind of want open spaces so I can maybe land a couple hits on her while she's down there, but it doesn't matter now. She's gonna be coming back up. So we can start landing more hits again. Just gotta stay above her so we can keep getting the casing hits. Alternatively, of course, you can use a lob casing, but that was close. Okay. There's very few platforms that I can really rely on, but... And just one more burst hit, please. Okay. Just please come this way. There we go. That's it. Killing you would be a waste of my energy. And of a powerful alchemist. I'll make use of you yet, Plague Knight. Take what you will. Make your potion. What you truly desire will always elude you. No! Stop your assault! Plague Knight, look! I've brought someone! Plague Knight, come to your senses. You don't need to go through with this. Mona! You don't understand. I was too weak to say it before, but now I can show you I'm good enough. Black Knight told me everything. You don't need a potion to win me over. You already have. What? But it's too late. I already defeated the Enchantress and began the final distillation. It was too late. I must go after her. You two, touch nothing until I return. Where's all this power coming from? This wasn't in our notes. The essences are reacting unpredictably. Watch out! And suddenly, Shadow Plague Knight. He's here. And it's basically just a Plague Knight fight from Plague of Shadows, except, well, not Plague of Shadows, from Shovel Knight. It's the same sprite as from Shovel Knight, because Plague Knight's sprite is slightly modified. And he can summon all these vats and do everything there. It's kind of interesting to fight, well, Plague Knight as Plague Knight. And like the actual fully powered Plague Knight, and not the Plague Knight that you are, which is, you know, fairly nerfed because, you know, gameplay. Oh my god, that's a lot of ads. Yeah, they explode and will hurt me. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Also, we get this awesome fight theme, which of course was, you know, from Shovel Knight, but that's it. We both took a hit, but whatever, that works. But that's not it. The Shadow takes all the essences as well. And the true final boss. This Demon Plague Knight, I guess? Really weird final boss, but I really do love it. So I want to get the cluster powder as well as the lob casing, because I want to break... Oop. Okay, well I guess let's get the lob casing then. The mouth is its weak point, but you can open that mouth by breaking this crystal down here, which will also begin shooting stuff at us. Once you hit the crystal, it will open the mouth, so you can just sort of lob things in there and hurt him quite a bit. I will want to get the... Also shooting ghost motors at us? Weird. Okay, there's that again. I do want to get the big boom out so we can land even more hits on him, hopefully. Also, they explode in the big boom way. That's kind of cool. Never noticed that. Mostly because I'm just using the big boom now, and I realize that they explode in a very similar fashion. But he's gonna stomp around here with both of his parts. Then he'll eventually turn around to the other side of the map. He's down to one last hit point, so if we can just hit him one more time, we'll be set. We can get a hit on here. He'll open up, and let's burst into it to finish it off. That just looks cooler. You did it! The reaction is stabilized! Wow, there it is. The ultimate potion. Well, Are you gonna drink it now? I don't think I need it anymore, Mona. But we must take it with us. It's all we've been working for. My future as an alchemist is riding on it. Wait, I just got an idea. You know how much energy is contained in this potion, right? Yeah, this much boom could easily level the whole tower and be seen for miles in all directions. Mona, I love the way you think. The bigger the explosion, the better the alchemist. Those bumbling townsfolk would throw us a parade. We could practice alchemy anywhere we want. We wouldn't have to hide away anymore. But you're holding a potion that can give you anything you could ever want. Are you sure about this? I already have everything I could ever want. Let's blow this joint. And that's Plague of Shadows. Well, let's talk the story first. Because my thoughts on gameplay are kind of complicated. So, story is nice. The Essences thing is kind of shoehorned in, but whatever. That's not the whole point. The whole point of the story is mainly the relationship between Mona and Plague Knight, and that is incredibly well written. They are adorable together. Their story is told very well. The Essences thing, whatever. I don't care. But that part of the story, the main point of it is very, very, very good. I love it so much. The ending is great. I love the Shadow Plague Knight fight. I love that final boss. And, just that ending is awesome. I like how they actually gave an explanation for the tower crumbling. Because in Shovel Knight, it sort of just happened. I mean, you could always blame, like, the Enchantress and stuff, but, it sort of just didn't happen, and I like to kind of explain that. I don't know if it's supposed to be a side story or an alternate universe thing. I'm going to alternate universe because like there's some things that don't line up. Like, how can both Plague Knight and Shovel Knight fight the Enchantress and then fight that thing we fought in Plague of Shadows and then the Remnant of Fate in the same place? I don't know. Whatever. It's an alternate universe. That's what I'm going with. Don't know what the fuck Shovel Knight was up to in that last part, but I don't care. That's about it. Really good story in terms of the relationship between Mona and Plague Knight. Really well told. Gameplay, though. Well, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I want to get that across. But, okay. So, Plague of Shadows is a unique situation where there's a really high skill floor and then an even higher skill ceiling. And that contrasts really differently, or really well, I guess, with Shovel Knight's low skill floor and high skill ceiling. That basically means it's really difficult to learn Plague of Shadows' basic mechanics, and that's even more difficult to learn how to best utilize them. And that can be absolutely infuriating coming from Shovel of Hope. One of the problems, I think, is absolutely how many options you're given so quickly in Plague of Shadows. Mona gives you so many options before stages to buy, but not all of them are particularly helpful for the upcoming stages. And on the first playthrough, you're not really going to know that the Cascade Powder is helpful in Pridemore Keep, that the Lob Casing is helpful in the Lich Yard. So you buy whatever you can afford, basically at random, just to see what they do, go into a stage, and start trying them out. And that leads to the problem of you need to learn these new attacks and these new movements, and where they might be best to use them, and how these bursts work, and how they can best help you get through these stages. And it's just like, yeah, the Plains are a great stage. I've said that before. The Plains are a great stage because it teaches you very well the basic mechanics of Plague of Shadows. The main burst, the bounce casing, that's all very good. But then you get to the other casings and other bursts, and it kind of begins to fall apart because the game doesn't have a way to naturally teach you these things. So I think two things that could have benefited. There's two ways they could have changed Plague of Shadows from normal Shovel Knight to benefit it. One is have a more linear progression and let you have give you specific potions and give you specific casings and all that before a level to introduce you to those. Eventually they're gonna run out of them, right? So when you either get to the Tower of Fate or whenever you get to one of the later levels, you're not going to have any more options, and you'll have everything, and then you'll kind of know how everything works and how it can function well, and how best to use them for the later stages. And then stages could be redesigned to actually make use of the things they give you, so they can show you how to use them. Now, that might have the side effect of making the game seem like a game-long tutorial, but I don't know. I think it'd be fine. And then, the other way they could do it is simply have complete open world. Like, you start the Exploratorium, you fight Shovel Knight, whatever. That fight can probably work as just, what? Or how about, oh no, actually, you know what they can do is Black Knight goes there and fights you, like, hey, stop what you're doing, bro, and you kill him, and you don't get anything, because why would you? But then you have open world, you can just go to any level you want, fight any of the Order of No Quarter you want, and they can still have, like, locks, like, you have to fight a certain Order of No Quarter before you can go into the Aerial Anvil and get your cloaks, and then stuff like that. I think the game just really needed a lot of changes to work with how Plague of Shadows plays. And I think either complete linear progression in, to give you certain things and teach you about them as you're going through would benefit it. And then I think, basically making it Mega Man would make it equally good, because then Mega Man works, I think, because you can go to any stage you want. If you get a game over, whatever, you know, who cares? You realize, okay, this stage is too hard, I guess. Or the boss is too hard, I need its weakness, so I'll just go do something else and come back later. You don't really have that option with Plague of Shadows, and it's just this weird mix of trying to make a Mega Man game in a somewhat linear, somewhat not linear progression. It's such a weird thing. And it just takes a lot of practice in order to know what's coming up and what you'll need to best handle it. That's honestly all I can think about. And yeah, of course there's fun in having all these options in early game and having all these things you can do, but at the same time, that's what New Game Plus is for? Like, you have all these options from the start. That's basically what New Game Plus is for. So, I don't know. I like Plague of Shadows a lot, but it takes a lot of getting used to and a lot of time to really understand it. And that's not specifically bad. I just wish the game did a better job of making your first playthrough not such a pain, you know? That's just my thing. Also, here's all our records for the stages. Because the first playthrough of Plague of Shadows for me wasn't really great. I had a lot of trouble, I died a lot, and I don't know if I really had fun. Subsequent playthroughs were great, I enjoyed it. But, there's like a big hurdle to get over. And I think that is a problem. If you can get past the hurdle, Plague of Shadows really is a fantastic experience. But that hurdle is a really tall hurdle. So, yeah, that's about it. That's my thoughts on Plague of Shadows. It's a very weird experience for me, but I do like it overall after having played it enough to understand it and know where things are helpful, or what's not helpful even. So yeah. That's about it. Finally got around to doing this. But, I'll leave you with this dance. Hope you enjoyed Plague of Shadows. I actually did. A lot. And, I'll see you guys eventually for Spectre of Torment.